Hello, Mustang fans, and welcome to another episode of the Mustang Owners Podcast. I'm your host, John Clore, along with my co host, Mike Ray. And whether you know me from my time with Auto Week magazine or Special Vehicle Team or Ford Racing or Ford Performance, or you know Mike from his days with Team Mustang, or maybe it was Roush or Celine or Mustang Owners Club of Southeastern Michigan, we want to know you through your Mustang story. And tonight, our Mustang story takes us to a very iconic piece of what they used to call ruin porn in Detroit, Mike. That
Yeah.
Ford Motor Company spent nearly $1 billion to try to bring back to life, and that is the old Michigan Central Station, the old train depot, 113 years old, and that became the site of one of the coolest car shows in Detroit this past summer.
What an iconic building, and the way they redid it is absolutely incredible. And it's always been a landmark in Detroit. If you were ever going in downtown Detroit on Michigan Avenue, you pass that building. And yeah, it was definitely an eyesore, but still historic at the same time, if that makes sense. And now what they've done to it, they've literally brought it back to a new level. And yeah, what a venue for a car show.
Yeah, so folks, back in 1913, this was the world's tallest train station. This had 13 stories. It was built by a famous architect, absolutely stunningly gorgeous. Detroit was on the move just at the turn of the century. The Model T was coming out. People were moving here. The train station brought everybody to Detroit. This was the gateway into this golden city that was growing by leaps and bounds with the auto industry. And what happened? Well, over the years, by the 1988, when Amtrak left, the building was shuttered and fell into disrepair. Scrappers got in there, tore it all up. The windows were all broken out of it. When people came to Detroit, it was like Mike. It was like the Packard plant.
Yeah,
You'd see
exactly
ruined
like
porn
that.
on the internet. They had the Detroit Packard plant, and it was all graffitied and ruined. And this was it. This was the symbol of Detroit's decline. Well, what did Ford Motor Company do? They bought the damn thing for millions of dollars, spent a year pumping water out of the basement, fixed the roof, all the new windows, and spent, Mike, they think they were going to go 480 million, and they spent nearly 970 million.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy, but it's so beautiful now.
it's stunning, and the people from the Google land out in California, young people come to see the iconic station. It's now a global tech center where all these startups, New Lab is there, all these EV people are there. It's the cool campus in Corktown, one of the oldest neighborhoods in Detroit. Mike, that's not Corktown's not too far from where the old Tiger Stadium was, right?
Yeah, literally down the block. You can walk there to Tiger Stadium from that building.
So right down Michigan Avenue. It was Michigan and Trumbull. All
Yeah.
right, so down here, so now we've got this beautiful train station. They launched it last year on the internet. We had M&M there, and it was really cool. And now somebody, I think it was Hagerty, got together with RADwood Detroit, and
Yeah.
those guys, they're like, the cool guys from the 80s and 90s. They make pop culture out of the 80s, and they wanted to do something at the train station to show you the iconic Detroit automotive world. And now it's the center of technology. Let's do a car show there. So they got, Mike, I think 30 vendors and DJs and food, and they had an invitation only a car show. And so we had to go check it out. I mean, we sent our photographer Bill Cook, and he went down there. And of course, we're the Mustang Owners Podcast, Mike. We're looking for Mustangs, but God, there was everything there.
Yeah. Everybody brings out, especially like you said, the new modernization is anything. You bring it, doesn't matter if it's import, if it's domestic, whatever it is. So there's a really, really good mix. But yeah, obviously we were trying to focus on some Mustangs.
Yeah, so check it out. So here's the establishing shot. Now, just that you know, the Central Station doesn't have this big old park. That's the city of Detroit's Roosevelt Park, which Ford contributed to completely remodel the park. Beautiful park. And that's where the
Right.
car show is held. And as you can see walking up, you can see, we got a Ford off to the right. And they drew 2 days, Mike, 2 days of music and food and culture and displays. Really cool. I want to take a
Yeah.
walk. Let's have everybody walk with us. You've never seen one of these, Mike?
No, never. Very,
So,
very popular, right?
well, I mean, I like it. I mean, you got a brand new dark horse. You want to, why not?
Yeah.
You don't see him too often, and then he got really great parking. It looks like they put cars up on the sidewalk there so people can walk around the park. There's a big curved sidewalk, and he's got a great spot. Good for him. And it's great to see a brand new Mustang among a bunch of classics as well.
Yeah, I know they packed that house, so it was like bumper to bumper almost for all the cars to actually get in there.
Yeah, and I don't know how many, Mike. I think it was a couple hundred cars. Very
Yeah,
cool.
I can't remember what the total was, but yeah, I mean they're tight in there, but I mean there was a lot to see.
Now, we have a lot of people in Detroit that like to build, I'd call bullet replicas. I don't
Yep.
know if this is a bullet replica or not, but anytime you get a dark metallic green Mustang Fastback is 68, what are you thinking of, Mike?
Yeah, you think of Bullet, Highland Green, dark Highland Green.
Yeah, hoods popped. This is a great car, and just because of its iconic stature, we don't know if it's a clone or not, but you're always going
Right.
to walk up to it.
Oh, for sure. You want to go check it out. There's always a story behind each car, right?
That's right. Now, we do know one of our guys here in Detroit that does a lot of the Mustang clubs, repairs Oval Auto in Livonia, Michigan, and Jeff Shembry has one of these bullet clones, and I can always hear that car come down the block. Is his a 390 or is it a 428?
His is a 390, I believe. He might have changed it since then, but Jeff's car was his original first car ever, and that car still looks like it just came off the showroom floor. Jeff's got a 67, but it's beautiful.
Not only that, folks, anytime you see a 68 Mustang Fastback, or 67 for that matter,
Yeah,
these cars are absolutely gorgeous.
yeah.
Okay, now, everybody that's in Detroit, I know didn't you have Modded Detroit? A lot of these guys, the whole club really is S550 based. But Mike, there is so much you can do with the S550 platform and the Coyote engines. There's so much going on. I can see why these guys will mod their brand new Mustang and take it to a show.
Yeah, and we've talked about this many times on the podcast before. Mustang is the most modified vehicle, domestic vehicle that there is, and it leads the pack. So everybody's Mustang looks different. We always try to say it's very rare if you see two exactly the same.
Now I don't know if you get a brand new GT500 if you want to mess with it because these cars are highly collectible, but people mess with everything. So
Absolutely, they'll put a
congrats on
pinstripe
that
on different
wicked-looking
something.
Shelby. Yeah, do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Nobody's going to hurt you.
Right.
Now, speaking of wicked Shelbys, oh my gosh, there's just something about the classic last gen Shelbys before whether it's a 500 or a 350, Mike, they're so sleek. When Carroll had that nose redesigned, the front end looked different. These cars really stood out, even in an era where Mustangs were everywhere. Those Shelbys were head turners.
Those hoods are my absolute favorite of all time. I absolutely love the hoods on the 6970 Shelbys.
Yeah, and those things, that's a beautiful red with the white stripe. I know why he brought it down.
Yeah.
Of course, Ford was there. And Mike, there were some great cars. I don't know, has Gorno sold a GTD yet?
Yes, we already got one done and working on 8 more right now as we speak. But that car, John, has been featured on the podcast before from our auto show episode this year. So that's the Spirit of America GTD, that Jim was manning down at the auto show. So that's the second appearance of that car on the Mustang Owners podcast.
Plus, you can see beyond it is a very custom Bronco, some of the standard Ford Broncos that they brought out. I know Lincoln was also a sponsor, and they brought out their cars. Everybody was there, Mike. It wasn't just a supercar like a GTD Mustang. They also had EVs there. So everything was welcome at this Cars at the Station show in Detroit.
Yeah, big mix, which was really, really well.
There's an up-close look.
Yeah.
Mike, I don't think these cars are appreciated until you actually walk right up to them and look down inside the venting above the tires and realize this ain't your ordinary Mustang.
Yeah, those aren't stick-on parts right there. Those are all definitely functional.
Yeah, if you want to check that out, go back to our Fall Ford Fest coverage and see some of the shots that Gerard got of that GTD there. The car's stunning. Absolutely.
Yeah.
What's a Mustang show? What's a Ford footprint without a classic 65 Mustang? You can't have a footprint without that classic. And a convertible,
No.
Mike? Does it get better?
Yeah. Yeah, first gen convertible. I mean, I gotta have it.
Beautiful blue drop top. Looks like a beautiful day. Why not? That's what Mustangs are made for.
Yeah, yeah, it was a great day weather-wise.
Now, Mike, you know this
I know
car
about
well.
that car.
Now you know this guy. It looks like they're just a Mustang Fox body, or there's a Cobra. And it looks like I see a Roush table in the back. But Mike, this Roush Mustang is unique. This was one
Absolutely.
taken out of the museum, right?
Correct. That is the twin turbo Fox body, done by Roush. I believe it was 87.
Yep.
Um, but absolutely amazing car. My favorite Fox body actually of all time is that car.
Really?
I used to do the tours at Roush and I used to talk about that car a lot. And that is definitely one of my all time favorites. And you do not see that car come out very often at all.
No. And the fact that they brought it out to their tent, not only that, can you imagine what would have happened had Ford decided to follow Roush Engineering and go ahead and put a twin turbo on the Fox bodies back then?
That engine setup is crazy in there. So if you get a chance and you're in Livonia, Michigan, stop by the Roush Museum and go check that car out in person.
So glad they brought it to Cars in the Station.
Yeah. There it is. There's the engine right there.
Unbelievable.
Isn't it crazy?
That would have put the kibosh on Camaro guys. Mustang was just getting the 5.0 fever, and everybody's getting rolling in their 5.0. But putting twin turbos on it way back then, good God, that thing must have been
unheard
crazy.
of. Yeah.
Well, and if anybody could do it, Roush did it. I don't know if people know this, but they were doing most of the wrenching for all of us at SVT when we would do our prototypes or even our production Cobras. It was the Roush engineers that made it all happen. Yep. And Mike, I wish this car would have been built. It's a what if.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, one of my all-time favorite Fox bodies right there.
Well, here's a guy that wants to be seen. Now, you can get a four-eyed Fox, but you know what, Mike? I've seen some hood scoops, but I don't know what he's got under the hood here. But that hood scoop, what is that, 4, 6, 8 inches tall?
Yeah, it looks like a Cervini cowl, yeah.
It's a beast. And the big old gold wheels, the trim on this. He's got the
roll bar.
Roll bar in it. I mean, this guy was meant to be seen, and he put it out on the grass right there next to the station. I bet you he got a lot of looks.
Yeah, for sure. Interior.
Check out that interior. I know what that's from. I think that could be Bad Penny.
That is absolutely.
I think one of
we got another shot, hopefully, of that car.
One of your club members owns Bad Penny. It was originally done by George
CDC
Huseman,
and George Huseman.
Classic design concept. Now, Mike, was that a concept car for SEMA or something? What did they do that for?
Yes, that was a SEMA car, Bad Penny. So it's got the copper all over the car. And the great story I have behind that is I got to drive that car on the MIS track before. And let's just say I did not obey the speed limit. So.
Well, you're on private property. Again, more Fox bodies than you can shake a stick at. The black wheel. These guys Mike, these guys are heavily modded cars. I heard from Bill when these guys were being brought in to be parked up at the cars at the station. Every one of these was so wicked loud. I mean, I'm not just talking about, some of these guys were not running mufflers.
Yeah, I'm quite sure of that.
Very cool blue Mustang. Another here, 66. You don't see silver with white Shelby stripes very often.
I think that's Silver Frost, isn't it, John?
That's a cooler car. Have you seen that car?
No, I've not seen that one, but I've only seen a few. I think the color's name is Silver Frost.
Yeah.
And I've only seen probably 3 or 4 of them in person in my life.
But with the white stripes, that is really cool. That's a really good, that's a head turner.
Yeah, for sure. I like that car a lot.
Now, wait a minute. Was
rolling in my 5.0.
Ice Baby there?
It's definitely a rendition, that's for sure.
Yeah, the white wheels. I mean, that's a Cervini hood. He's got the hood pins down, the roll bar. That definitely is rolling in his 5.0 Ice Baby.
I can hear the music in the back of my head right now.
Yeah, I'm playing it right now. So for all of you listening and watching on YouTube, go hit that, start playing the music, stare at that car, and you'll take you back all the way to those great old days of Ice Ice Baby.
Yeah, pause that right there on your screen and go to your Spotify and put "Rolling in My 5.0" on.
Now here's one you might like. Mike, isn't yours a two-tone car?
Mine is a two-tone car. Mine's the darker blue, but yes, definitely one of the two-tone GTs.
She's got a hatch. The lighter blue with the silver really goes well together. You got the smoke headlights. So many Foxes, Mike. It really is the hot ticket right now. It's going through its collector bubble, and that's why when you see a Ford footprint for finding Mustangs at cars at the station in downtown Detroit, there are so many great Fox bodies.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. That's for sure. And they are popular. And for the longest time, they were the entry level car. And like I said, now we've noticed that switch to SN95s, but now the Fox bodies are at the top of their game right now. They're bringing the biggest dollar, and people are enjoying them and having fun. And it's mostly the people who can afford them that grew up with them.
That's right. Oh, so now your buddy Dave Parasak, he put together some car. He said he wanted it to be the best handling Mustang that ever came out of the factory, and it didn't have to be out of Ford Racing. Mike, the Boss 302s, when Parasak was in charge of this program, a lot of people tell me, yeah, it didn't have the most horsepower, but when it came to balance, putting one of these cars on the track, these cars were more fun than you can have with your clothes on.
Best balanced Mustang at that time ever. It had 444 horsepower, so it wasn't too shabby. That's a beautiful 2012 right there.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's brand new. I'd show it off too.
Yeah.
If I bought a brand new car, I mean brand new, Mike. I mean, these guys, you got brand new tires that are what, $1,000 a piece, and you're going to do big old rears, offsets. These guys are dumping big money their car payment's $1,000 a month. Come on, Mike, you're selling them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And they're modding these brand new GTs. And why not? The Coyote's a phenomenal platform, but yeah, this guy obviously has got some extra rubber back there, and he's still not going to keep it on the ground.
Yeah. Very, very fun car though.
Okay, so you can talk about fun, but just about the progression. Mike got through S197. We started that GT500. We thought, boy, we're at the pinnacle. But almost every other year through the whole S197 lifetime, the GT500s got crazier and crazier. I remember when it hit 662. Who needs 662 horse? And every one of you guys raised your hand. They're all collectible. And now I think those are really good cars to own. I think they're just going to appreciate in value.
And they still bring really, really good money. The 13s and 14s with the 662 absolutely do.
Yeah. Beautiful blue. Okay, so every once in a while, Mike, you find one
that's got to be Terry Chaney's car.
Yeah.
It's got to be. Cleanest 93 Cobra ever.
The black Cobras are so sinister. I mean, maybe at 93 we didn't appreciate them that much because a lot of people couldn't tell the difference between a 93 GT and a 93 Cobra, except for maybe the round fog lamps. But man, as an enthusiast, Mike, everybody who watches the Mustang Owners podcast on YouTube, as soon as they see a 93 Cobra, they know what the hell it is.
You got the fog lights, you got the grill, you got the wheels, you got the badging on the side, you got the tail lights, you got the spoiler. Those are all different on the Cobras. You just got to look a little bit closer.
That's right. Mike, we were talking about SN95s.
Yeah, there you go.
And not everything was built by Ford or by Roush.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of other companies there. That's a beautiful Celine.
Yeah. So, Mike, do you think he really made his footprint with the SN95, or did Celine really make it big once the S197s came out in your mind?
No, I think the SN95 was definitely the big one. And even the end of Foxes, when I was growing up, I remember everybody wanted that Celine wing on the back of their Fox body. I think that was the most wanted part of all Fox body lore back in the mid 80s and early 90s for sure. And then it went right into the SN95s. And my favorite, I've spoken this many times before in the past, my favorite SN95s ever are the Celines and the Terminators. I mean, just plain and simple, those are the two.
Very cool. Hey, don't we know somebody that used to wear these same liveries and had race cars back in the day. In fact, the very first international race ever in a Mustang was won by some guy named, no, not Shelby.
That's a really, really cool car. Wow. I didn't know that one was there.
It's a throwback to one of the Holman and Moody race cars. He's got
Yeah.
the velocity stacks on that baby, racing wheels. I mean, this car is decked out like it went, competition proven.
I was just going to say the big competition proven
right on the fender there.
badge. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, and they have that Shelby air intake nose on it. This thing looked like there's a roll cage in it. This thing obviously looked like it's been competing at the vintage races. What a cool Holman and Moody prepped Mustang.
Yeah, I did not know that car was there. That's really, really nice. There you go.
Look at that.
That's it right there.
You'd have to have Lee Holman and his team help you put that baby together. Because you ain't going to AutoZone and buying an old Holly, slamming it on the top of that. That thing, can you imagine tuning those? I mean, insane. But that's why
I can hear it in my head right now purring.
I want that, Mike.
Yeah.
All right, so Mike, how many purple Mustangs have you sold?
A lot of them to Helena Sumler, and another one's on its way.
Really? So this one, Mike, being that it's matte purple, what's the percentage that this matte purple S197 is a wrap?
Yeah, probably about 99%. But it is possible it's a paint, but most likely it's a wrap. And it does look really kind of cool, though. And you talk about standing out, that definitely does it.
So folks, some people with a really nice Mustang, they're afraid to paint their car because, then underneath it should have been original. But I think the wrap idea, I don't know how much cheaper it is than a paint job. But this car, I know it was on the corner. Bill said a lot of young people came by. It got a lot of attention. And if it's a wrap, you don't like it after a while, you can actually take it off without damaging your paint, as far as I understand.
That is correct.
A real matte finish, a medium purple metallic, that's really different. And by God, that's what you can expect from crazy Mustang people that came down to Cars at the Station in Detroit this past fall. This was in September, but wow, what a cool way to show off.
Yeah. Wow.
You get, Mike, there's something about a vented hood, especially on an SN95. I walk through a show and all you'll see is the hood's up, right? But when you can see through the hood.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of cool? Little intimidation factor.
Yeah. This guy's got something going on. And I love that. I mean, that just makes it all cooler. You raise your hood, there's something different. You're going to draw people over there. Not the least of which is that this bright red, arrest me red Mustang.
Yes. Yeah, no, absolutely gorgeous car. There we go.
Now, I think you know this guy.
Yep, that's Bad Penny, and that's Langware, one of the Moxham members, longtime Ford employee. And that car is absolutely beautiful, like you said. And it was assembled by George Huseman and the CDC team for SEMA back in the day.
Now, leave it to a longtime Mustang Club member to bring his Mustang to a really cool car show, then figure out, this iconic train station has got to be a photo op. So I don't know how you get assigned parking there, Mike, but maybe he just waited for a moment where he could pull his car to see this Michigan Central station, the Ford Motor Company gem, behind his Mustang. And then, of course, to show, hey, look what's back there. He's pointing to it. Langware.
Yeah, that is an absolute incredible shot, huh?
Yeah, take a bow, Langware. Good job with your Bad Penny Mustang.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Well, that's why we like to follow these cool things in Detroit. A lot of people didn't know about this. I'm thinking, Mike, as the Ford racing season launch at the North American International Auto Show is going to be back at the train station in January. I think the train station, the Michigan Central, is going to have more as more young employees move there and see the history, the legacy of Detroit there. And as that whole Corktown area comes to life, we'll probably be seeing more stuff happening down at Michigan Central Depot.
I can't wait, Joe. I think 2026 is going to be a great year.
All right, so next time you're going, Mike, you're taking me?
Yep, let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that little walk through Cars at the Station, the second annual show there put together by Hagerty and RADwood Detroit. Yeah, big Ford footprint. There are a lot more Fords we could have shown you in our little photo gallery from Bill Cook. But you know what? This is the Mustang Owners Podcast. So we wanted to get you that view. I hope you enjoyed that little trip down there. And if you have any suggestions or comments, you can send them us at clubhub@ford.com. And when you're walking around a show like that, make sure you wear your Mustang Owners Podcast. Absolute wonderful apparel. That polo mic rocks the house. It's at svtstore.com. So until next time, we'll just have to catch you guys down the road.